Good evening traders, it's Simon at Kairos Capital Markets with the weekly review of Aussie dollar and pound yen. So last week we made a number of predictions where we think price will go next, and we will now go through them bit by bit to explain what we felt. So the very start of last week I felt that the Aussie dollar was ranging, not much really we can do at the moment, just in the middle of nowhere, and that I was waiting for a double top maybe forming at 795 on the intraday charts, and I'll show what we had on 795, what we got there. So as you can see, we did get a double top and then it come back down and had a triple top there. Now I did have a trend line. I showed my trend line up like this to start with, like that, and I was thinking it might run against the trend line, and what it's done now is it's actually made, looks like now a triangle here. So I would say this is the triangle it's created right now. And all I'm looking for now really is this confirmation of this to end. So that's my triangle there. I'm just waiting for a nice breakdown now as well. So if we do break down to the downside of this triangle, it means we broke the triangle, broke the 4-hour 50 EMA quite nicely, and the downside would be quite good. Now there's a couple if, buts and maybes though to this pair right now, and it's not based on the Aussie, it's based on the dollar. So we're going to go to the index now, the dollar index. This is the weekly chart of the US dollar index, where we got a range between 11,800 and around about 12,200 with a fake out there at the top. And you can clearly say, the dollar looks like it can get a little bit more weaker and test 11,800. That's not a problem at all. But what does concern me is the DXY. This here is the first close ever below 93 since we entered this range. That's quite bearish. But there's a reason it could be though. The DXY is weighted much more heavily onto the euro. So to give you an example, when the euro powers up, which it did do this week, the DXY will show the that power there, where the US dollar has equal weighting between all currencies, which it measures, which means the euro strength isn't shown in the US dollar index. So that's why this week the chart has had a breakout to the downside, where the US dollar is kind of just trending down bit by bit. So there's still if, buts and maybes to it all, but I want to explain that to you now so you can understand why the two charts are different at this moment in time. Does it mean that we could the dollar's going to increase? Depends. I mean, the DXY effectively has 4 days here to close above the 93 level. If it does that, when you go down to the monthly chart, it will show a rejection of the monthly 50 EMA, which would be quite nice to see, a bit of deceleration of the monthly 50 EMA and 93. But remember, it's Thursday's the last day of the month for August, so we'll have to wait and see for that. But let's now go back to the Aussie dollar, which we were looking at to start with. So this is the weekly review. At the moment, we're just in the middle of nowhere. It's doing nothing, slightly in profit. Couldn't really give a damn, to be quite honest. It does what it does. Is there any price action here? No, not really, to be quite honest, not really at all. All the price actions happening on this 4-hour chart here. This will determine whether it goes to 80 or down to 78 and down to 77 in total. So this is the triangle you're looking for. This is what I'm waiting for the break. If it does break to the downside quite nicely and come around down to this level here, make new lows at 78.6, come back for the retest of 79, I will most likely scale in there at 79 if it done that. So I'd get in something like this, stop above the highest there, and you can target the 77 level again, another 2.6% trade. That's what I'll be looking for there. So just to clarify, I'd like price to come down like that and then come back up like that area there, this kind of scenario, or it come back up to test it, then come back down, like get back on the way down again. That's what I'm looking for, something like that for this pair here. So again, kind of wait and see. It's doing nothing at the moment, so we'll leave it. On to the pound yen. So last week I was saying to people I felt that there's good yen pairs around. Maybe dollar yen at the time would look quite nice, but CAD yen as well looked good. I did also point out euro yen as well. Euro yen was a good trade actually, to be quite honest. And I want to show you now what how we was correct there. So I said the low test here, this low test here, was a nice touch on 140, but we need confirmation of the trend itself, and I wanted to wait for the 1-hour break and retest of the 50 EMA. So on that there, that was this area here. Zoom it up for you there. So we were this is it on the Friday, and I said, well, come up and come down, test the 1 hour 50. Notice how it never came in break to retest the 1 hour 50. It broke it, then collapsed back down again, it did. But look what happened here. It come up, come down, there's a bit of retest there, and there's a break of the trend line, and now we're moving upwards in a nice upwards direction now. Bullish presence there. So what I'm looking for now really is this. It could be two things that could happen here. We could come down and test the 140. We could come down and test 140 again, because if we do test 140 again, you get a nice inverse head and shoulder pattern. Here you do. This is the left shoulder here. This is your neckline. That's your head. That's the right shoulder. This is the neckline again. So this is your right shoulder here at 140, and that would be quite nice. I'm going to draw it in quite nicely for you here, guys, as well. So there you go. Like that. Like that. Like that. And then we could head up to the 142.5 if that was the case. So if we get a nice rejection on 140 again on the 4 hour and 1 hour chart, I'll quite happily take that, no problem at all, because you're trading a pattern and the right shoulder pattern. If you do get in there like that, it'll be something like this. You're probably getting around about there. Put your stop below the head. Aim for the next logical level, 142.5, another 2.7% trade there. That's what I'll be looking for, something around that kind of figure there. So we was right in what we was doing, but it was just a little bit late, and what can happen next is a couple of scenarios. So if we break above R1 on Monday, but it's bank holiday Monday, so remember that. If we do break above R1, then come back down to test the 200 EMA on the 1 hour chart, or the 4 hour 50 EMA, that would be a good trade. We could come down and test 140.4 on S1, we could. That wouldn't surprise me either, because then we have a break and retest of this 140.5 area, or we could come down to the 140.0. It's one of these things where you wait and see. But if you put your head below this head here, which I think we get a trend change, a true trend change here now, you put your stop around 139.2, then you're going to have a good trade. You could, if you wanted to, put your stop down here if you had to, see 139.6 and get a bit more there. So lots of opportunities there. I will show you now Euro Yen. I did say to you Euro Yen was a good trade last week. It could be good. This is something I was looking for as such, like that. I'm just going to take that out for the moment. Go to the daily chart to show you what we was looking at. One moment, please. There's a daily. So we had this on the daily last week, like that we did. We then closed up Monday like that. That was a beautiful setup there, that was, guys. That was a tweezer bottom. Beautiful setup. I did take that, no problem at all. You can aim for 130 or even higher. You could. It broke 130 on the Friday afternoon, which is fantastic. So that was a perfect trade. There's the things I look for. Tweezer bottoms as such, definitely a low test and a bullish candle there, beautiful. A break and retest is a very long term trend line here. It's actually a weekly trend line, but it's got multiple touches on it, so it's a beautiful trade there. Key level 128, beautiful trade there. So I hope you guys took something like that. That's the quality you want to take. And like I said, targeting 130 would be absolutely ideal, because in the past you've seen it happen there. And like I said, on intraday, you saw what I was looking for there. So just an example, where was it we took it? It'd be around here somewhere. So I'll get the price for you guys quickly. 128.7. 128.7. There, that candle there. Could put your stop down there, up to 130. Nice little 1% there, no problem at all. Very safe stop. Beautiful trade, no problem at all. Some people might want to target the highs. I don't know. You know, you can look, see what you want there. But definitely, they're the type of trades you want to take and look for all the time. These beautiful golden trades. Okay, guys. I hope you're well, and we'll speak to you soon. Take care.